Hello, and welcome to Buddhistdoor Global's weekly news review. I'm Raymond Lam, sitting in for Justin Whitaker, who will be back with you next week. Here are some recent highlights from around the Buddhist world that we've prepared for you. Ancient Buddhist artifacts from Afghanistan will soon be returned to Kabul and go on display in the National Museum of Afghanistan, according to British museum officials. The repatriation of these objects is one of the most significant cases of stolen art being returned to the region. The items include 9 sculpted heads, likely chopped off by Taliban looters, and the intact torso of a bodhisattva, all in the Gandharan style common to the region. The objects were first discovered stuffed in wooden crates at London's Heathrow Airport in 2002. Their origin was traced to Peshawar in Pakistan, and they were sent to the British Museum in 2018 to be analysed and catalogued. The artifacts to be returned have been dated to the 4th to 6th centuries of the Common Era, when Buddhism flourished in this area, which served as a trading route between India, China, and the Middle East. Hundreds of monasteries existed along this Silk Route region, only to be abandoned around the 8th century CE following a series of Arab invasions. It was the Dalai Lama's birthday last week. The renowned Tibetan Buddhist leader celebrated his 84th birthday in Dharamshala with a renewed call for a more peaceful and harmonious global society, urging people to make compassion the foundation of their daily lives. If you truly love me, then keep in your minds my 3 commitments, and whatever you do, wherever you live, try to create a more compassionate environment, compassionate society, then religious harmony, His Holiness said, speaking to groups of followers in Malaysia, Singapore, and Taiwan via teleconference on 6th of July. Then tell more people that Tibetan knowledge, which comes from the Nalanda tradition of India, is quite useful. So whether believer or non-believer, it is worthwhile that this Tibetan knowledge is kept as a part of academic study. So if you practice, if you pay more attention, that's the best gift for my birthday, as he said. He had been speaking at a ceremony at the Chekchen Churling Chulakang complex in McLeod Ganj that was attended by thousands of monks, nuns, and members of the Tibetan diaspora, international visitors, as well as official guests who gathered in a mood of gratitude and concern for the health of the aging spiritual leader. Tsuru for Solidarity, a project started by Japanese Americans and Japanese Latin Americans, is calling upon Buddhist leaders, activists, and members of the public to join them in protesting the conditions of the detention facilities in which the administration of US President Donald Trump is holding asylum seekers and migrant families. The nonviolent project was initiated in March by Dr. Satsuki Ina, Nancy Ukai, and Mike Ishii, with support from other organizations to denounce conditions at the Dilley detention facility in southern Texas. Tsuru for Solidarity contributed to the Crystal City pilgrimage by hanging 30,000 origami cranes sent from all over the world on the fences of the facility. The project is non-partisan in nature, denouncing both the administration of Barack Obama for first using the facility in this capacity, and then the Trump administration for separating children from their parents and confining them under such abominable conditions. Lastly, the monks of Wat Chak Daeng, a Buddhist temple on the artificial island of Bang Kachao in Bangkok, Thailand, have been integrating their Dharma practice with environmental awareness by recycling plastic bottles to make monastic robes. This project is an example of the sustainable application of modern technology by converting plastic bottles into wearable fabrics. This is how it works. First, discarded plastic bottles are collected in the temple compound. After compressing them, they are packed into bales and sent to a processing plant, where the plastic is chipped and melted into fabrics, which are then returned to the temple. Volunteers in the temple fashion the recycled fabrics into robes for the monks. A local community association, which receives financial support from large companies and patronage from Thailand's royal palace, is overseeing the initiative. This year, they have made 7 full sets of monastic robes. The monks of Wat Chak Daeng are also using plastic waste to produce furniture, reusing bottle caps and labels to make chairs and other items. Plastic pollution is obviously not only a problem in Thailand, but a global issue affecting land and marine environments. It is well known that human reliance on plastics is causing immeasurable environmental damage. That is all for this week's Buddhistdoor Global News Review. Justin Whitaker will be back next week. Be sure to check our website www.buddhistdoor.net for these stories, along with features and special coverage of Buddhism around the world. Thank you for watching.